is. So please make sure your microphone is in mute and keep the notebook pen with you to note down all the questions. We'll have a question answer session at the end. And we'll focus on the point on which whatever I'm speaking on it. What are the other things are there? We can discuss those after the session. If you are going through any social media notification, anything, please turn off that. So keep your question and ask whenever is allowed to ask the question. Okay, so today, Salesforce training with the real-time scenario and interview preparation demo by Swapna. So let's start it. So let me introduce myself. So I'm Swapna. I have 15 plus years of experience in software design and development. I have worked in different domains like healthcare, finance, insurance, banking, e-commerce. And I have worked on 19 projects in my experience and worked on different technologies, mainframes, MUMPS Programming, HL7, VB.NET, and Salesforce. So I have worked on total 16 projects in my career. So I have experience in configuring the Salesforce application using the administration. I have end-to-end knowledge and experience on Salesforce Consulting using Marketing Cloud, Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, and Community Cloud. I have a design and end development experience using the Apex, Visualforce, Lightning Aura, Lightning Web Component. Within the Apex, I have used all the features like a batch class, asynchronous, lightning flows, everything I have used it. I have experience on Salesforce integration using the REST and SOAP API. So mostly in the real time, we use the REST API, very rare scenario where we use the SOAP API. And I have a 10 cross Salesforce certified. And if you wanted to verify that, you can go through the trial head. So in order to verify, use this verification credentials. Let me ping you this verification credential. So this is the verification credential. What you will do is you have to go to the trialhead, trialhead.salesforce.com. Here you have a credentials. One of the option is called credentials. They are verify certifications. If you click on the verify certifications, you can cross verify the certifications of. So you can enter the full name or the email ID which I have pasted in the chat. Swapna for Salesforce @gmail.com. Search it. If it is a valid, then it is going to give you the information. So if you click on the credential info, click on the print view. When you click on the print view, it will take you to the certification that is held by the Mindly. So I have total around 10 certifications. So Salesforce Certified Data Architect. Please mute yourself. So Salesforce Certified Data Architect, Salesforce Certified Application Architect, Salesforce Certified Marketing Cloud Administrator, Salesforce Certified Sharing and Visibility Architect, Salesforce Certified Platform App Builder, Salesforce Certified Field Service Lightning, Salesforce Certified Experience Cloud Consultant, Salesforce Certified Service Cloud Consultant, Salesforce Certified Administrative, and Salesforce Certified Platform Developer 1. So these all are the active. In case if you wanted to check from the trial head, you can go to my trial head. So my trial head link is. This is my trial head link. This is my trial head link that I have pasted. So if you go to that link, just go to the profile. So when you go to the profile, scroll down and you can see the certification that I'm holding it. and everything, the status right now it shows active. So in case if there is a due or a maintenance due, or if it is a invalid, instead of active, it is going to show that maintenance due or it is a inactive. So right now all the certifications are active. So you can cross verify in the trial head. And then LinkedIn, this is my LinkedIn and YouTube, Telegram. So I'm going to post it LinkedIn, YouTube, Telegram. So in LinkedIn, this is my profile. In YouTube, please go to the YouTube channel, which I have posted in the chat. So you can subscribe that. And Telegram, we are posting the latest information in the Telegram. What are the latest recordings are there, we'll be posting there. And in YouTube, we will be loading the everyday, what are the recordings are there, every day we will be posting it. You can cross verify in the YouTube. So if you subscribe it, you will be getting the automatically, the link will be given to your mobile. So currently I'm working for a multinational company as a Salesforce Consulting Manager and an architect. With passion, I'm giving a training on Salesforce Consulting Administration, Salesforce development with Apex, Visualforce, SOCL. SOCL is nothing but Salesforce Object Query Language. SOCL is nothing but Salesforce Object Search Language. So we use SOCL and SOCL for database query. So that we will see later. For now, so I'm teaching all of this: Apex, Visualforce, SOCL, SOCL. And then we'll be talking about, I'll be teaching the Lightning Aura component and Lightning Web component. This is overall my profile. Now let's move on. So also we'll be having an integration session with the REST and SOAP API. Today agenda. So today's agenda is session, whatever the today we are going to discuss is divided into the 9 parts. And we will ask at the end of the part or in between the sessions, I'll be asking a questions and try to answer those questions. Focus on the point on which I'm talking about. So let's move on to the part 1. So let's move on part 1. So in general, not in terms of Salesforce, but let's talk about in general. In general, if a business has to run, you take any business that you are aware. If you know that, so what a business needs, whether it is a small business or a MNC business or what are the big business, whatever is there. So what a business needs. So business needs marketing. Why marketing we need it? To promote product or services, and they need sales to sell the product, service, and then service to provide customers care services. These 3 are very important: marketing, sales, service. You take any business. If you do the marketing, then only the marketing is nothing but we are promoting the product. There is some product which is coming in the market, iPhone 14, which is coming in the market. So somebody has to market it, either advertisement in the TV or YouTube channel, somewhere we have to advertise it, right? Banner. So that means we are promoting it, the product that is coming in the market in next few months. And then once the marketing is done, then we are going to sell the product. We are going to sell the product. So once the product is sold, if customer is getting any issue, then we are going to talk about, then they need a service. That means we are providing the customer care service to the people who bought the product or a service. Now, in general, in your life, where do we see this process in our life? Where do we see in real time? So where do you see marketing, sales, service, this concept? Where do you see it?
Product selling.
Yeah, okay. So in day-to-day, we are using something, right? So where do
Advertisements. Ads.
Online shopping like Flipkart.
online shopping, Flipkart, that is a e-commerce, yes. And any other?
DMart.
DMart, right? And what else? Okay, so there are supermarket like a DMart. So you take any supermarket. So that is a one business, and we have a bank. So in the bank, whenever the loans or anything discount, anything is there, they will do the advertisement, they will sell the loan. And on after that, they will do some service on that. Then we have a food delivery apps like a Swiggy, right? And
Zomato.
Zomato, right? And then we have a e-commerce. So Amazon, Flipkart, whatever we have, those e-commerce. So these are the example. We have a few others also. So these are the few we are seeing in our real life. So in real life, wherever I go to the supermarket or a bank, a food delivery app, e-commerce, everywhere I can see that these three things are mandatory in order to run their business. So how they are running the business, what they are doing it in order to run the business. Let's take a supermarket or a Flipkart, Amazon, what they are doing it, how they are running the business.
They generate leads.
Leads
Explain the products to customers.
They're
Through
connecting
their
campaigns.
websites.
through their website,
Conducting campaigns.
conducting campaigns, yes. So basically all these things, whether generating a lead through the website, conducting a campaign, everything is happening through the application. They might be using some software application. They might be using some software application. By using that software application, whether they wanted to do the campaign, they wanted to do the through the website or lead generation, anything they wanted to do, they can do it using the software application. They might be using any software. It's not strict that they have to use this specific software. They might be using a different softwares. So what are they doing using this Salesforce software, using the software application? So we can see that using this software application, they can do the marketing, they can do the sales, they can do the service, right? Either of any of this, they can do it. And what every business needs it. What they need.
Growth and development.
Growth and
customer satisfaction.
Customer satisfaction. Right. So customer satisfaction, growth, these all things, everything is covered in these three. Growth. If you do the marketing, the new customers will come. If you do the marketing, the existing customer will be staying with us. Sales. That means how good I'm doing the sales. Based on that, the customer will be. We are getting the new customers through the marketing and we are selling the product. Service, keeping the existing customers happy. What they are doing it right now with the what they are using the application or a mobile or anything. What are the existing customers are there? In order to make them happy, we use services. So definitely growth and making the customer happy. All this will happen using the marketing, sales, and service. Now, why we are here for today's session? So far, we have understood how the general business runs. We know everybody is aware that how the general business runs. Now, why we are here for today's session? We are here to know what is Salesforce. This particular session is to know the Salesforce. What is the Salesforce? And why to know about the Salesforce? What is the necessary? Why do we have to know? Why do we have to learn Salesforce? Why? Anyone? Why do we have to learn? Jobs, okay.
I think
To reach customers.
Salesforce is the #1 CRM in the worldwide.
Right. It's a #1 CRM. Upgrade skills. Yeah. For now, everybody's aim is to get the job. That I can understand. But if I learn, okay, without knowing about the Salesforce, will I get a job? Will I learn is Salesforce, right? So Salesforce provides 3 kind of applications to automate the business. Salesforce is providing marketing application, sales application, service application. These 3 applications provided by Salesforce to automate the business process. There are other applications, but these 3 are the key in order to run any business. Now, let's see how what are the views in Salesforce. Now we know that Salesforce is providing marketing, sales, service. These 3 are there, but how the view is there in the Salesforce? So Salesforce view is divided into 2 types. Salesforce view is divided into 2 types. One is a classic view and the second one is a lightning view. Now, what is a classic versus lightning? What is the differences between the classic and lightning? So assume that this is a classic and here it is this is lightning. Now in classic, what are the top? You see here the top line. So this top is menu bar. We call menu bar. And lightning also we call the menu bar. Menu bar is nothing but where you can see logos, profile, everything. And then we have below menu bar, we have something called tab bar. Below menu bar, we have a tab bar in classic. In classic, tab bar is nothing but all the tabs you will see. What are the tabs? We will see that later. But now we are understanding the outer structure of the Salesforce classic view, Salesforce lightning view. So below menu bar, we have a tab bar. In classic, tab bar is nothing but all the tabs you will see here. Whereas in lightning, it has a navigation bar. All the navigations you will be able to see. That means navigation is nothing but moving one tab to the another and another tab to the another. So we call in the lightning, which is a navigation bar. And in classic, we have a third one is sidebar. Third one is sidebar. Whereas in lightning, the third one is layout. We have a layout. So the first part is menu bar in classic. In lightning also we call the menu bar. In classic, second one is a tab bar. In lightning, second one is a navigation bar. And in classic, third one is a sidebar. And lightning, the third one is a layout. Third one is layout. So this is how by default it is displayed between the classic and lightning. Now, we have learned so far marketing, sales, service, right? So there are 3 applications which are provided by Salesforce. Now, where can I see those applications in classic or in lightning? In classic, you have to, here you will be on the menu bar, there will be an option called clicking on this some button. So when you click on this button, you will see marketing, sales, and service, which is available on the right side in the classic. On the right side, which is available marketing, sales, service. By clicking on this button, you will be able to see. Now, in lightning, same marketing, sales, service applications are we can see in the left side on the navigation, we have here 6 dots. We have here 6 dots. By clicking on this 6 dots is nothing but we call this as a app launcher. We call this as a app launcher. By clicking on this app launcher, we can see the application, marketing, sales, service. So in Classic, it is a right side. In Lightning, which is in the left side, by clicking on the app launcher, you can see the marketing application, you can see the sales application, you can see the service application. Now, let's go ahead and see the demo part. So this is Classic view. This is Classic view. In Classic view, so right now on top, so you see this one, this is a menu bar. This is menu bar. And then we have a below this is called tab bar. This is tab bar. Second one is a tab bar. All the tabs will be available. So you see here accounts, contacts, cases, whatever you see. So right now, what is a contact, what is a cases? Don't go in deep. Right now, we are discussing only at the high level. So whatever we have these are the tabs. On the tab bar, everything we have it tabs. And the third one, which is a sidebar. This is the third one, which is called sidebar. In the sidebar, you can see recent items, you can see the setup, right? So these everything is in the Salesforce Classic. Now, when you click on this button, you will see the applications. In Classic, you will see the application when you click on this button called. So marketing, sales, service, these are the 3 main applications. Now let's see similarly in the Classic, in the Lightning. This is a Classic view. Let's go to the Lightning. In Lightning, this is the Lightning view. This is Lightning view. In Lightning view, now this top, whatever this top you see, this is a menu bar. Whatever you see on top, so this part. So this is menu bar. It's a menu bar. On the menu bar, you can see logo and all the profile picture, everything is available. Now, below menu bar, we can see the navigation bar. This is navigation bar. This is navigation bar. This is called navigation bar. So we can see similar like whatever the Salesforce has, Salesforce Classic has, we can see here. We can see this is one item and this is another item charter. Then we have a accounts, then we have a contact, cases, right? These all are the navigation items. In Lightning, we call it navigation items. And then finally, we have the third one is called, this is the layout. This is one layout and this is another one. This is called layout. Now, when I click on the app launcher, so this is the app launcher, 6 dots you see here on the Lightning. So this is called app launcher. When you click on this app launcher, you can see whatever the applications we have, service, marketing, sales, everything we can see it. Now, this is the Lightning view. Now, let me keep side by side. So on the left side, it is a Classic and the right side, it is a Lightning. So this black color, because I opened the org in the incognito, so that's the reason you are seeing it. So this is a Classic view. This is a Classic view and this is Lightning view. This is lightning view. So in classic, you see here the differences. The menu bar is a different and the tab navigation bar is a different. And here we have a sidebar, whereas in the lightning, it is a layout. So this is the differences between the classic view and lightning view. Now, how to switch to lightning, how to switch to classic, that is the different part. So for now, we are just understanding the classic and lightning. Now, moving back to the presentation. Any questions on the classic view and the lightning view demo? Okay, so let's move on. Salesforce CRM. Salesforce CRM. So right now, whatever we have seen in lightning or a classic, whatever we have seen so far, this is a Salesforce, right? This is a Salesforce CRM. So Salesforce CRM, ready-made application provided by Salesforce. It's a ready-made application provided by Salesforce. By using this, by using the ready-made application, organization can automate their business. By using the Salesforce CRM, they can automate their business process, which is called software as a service, which is called software as a service. Right now, whatever we are viewing it, that is a software as a service. Right now, I am into the Salesforce CRM. This is Salesforce CRM. So by using this is a ready-made application where I have multiple options which are available. Basic, the startup business, the basic business can start it. At least they can start utilizing the Salesforce CRM. So whenever we are using the ready-made application is nothing but a software as a service. It's a software as a service. Now, software as a service is basically to use it. Software as a service is to use. By using this, organization will automate the business process. So software as a service is to use. So Salesforce CRM, as part of the software as a service, Salesforce offers the cloud-based CRM software. Salesforce offers the cloud-based CRM software. By using that, which can be customized to the requirement of the business. That means on top of this software, on top of this Salesforce CRM. Salesforce CRM is a software as a service. Okay. Any business can start using the Salesforce CRM. And on top of it, if they want to customize it, they wanted to implement anything, which is I wanted to more extend or implement, then they can customize the requirement of the business of all sizes, from global enterprise to startup micro enterprise. Everybody can use this. And Salesforce CRM is used by the end users. Can be end users, that means Salesforce CRM is used by the end users or the client, developers, admin, everybody using it. But mostly the client, whoever is daily accessing the CRM, like I'm daily accessing the Swiggy, right? Whoever is daily accessing the application, software as a service is nothing but to use it. We are not going to do anything on it. So I can use it also by using the software. I can customize it based on the business requirement. And this software, what are the Salesforce CRM is, it is available for everybody from the global enterprise to startup micro enterprise. Anybody can use this software. So what are the applications we have? So far we have seen that marketing, sales cloud, service cloud, right? These are the main marketing, sales, service cloud. So these clouds are provided by the Salesforce CRM. So Salesforce offers cloud-based CRM software. That means marketing cloud they are providing, sales cloud they are providing, and Service Cloud, they are providing it. Apart from this, we have a few more, which is called a Commerce Cloud, Experience Cloud, Finance Service Cloud, Health Cloud. So these are also available, but for now we are just focusing on the Marketing Cloud, Sales Cloud, Service Cloud. So like this, there are many clouds in Salesforce. In recently, they have came up with additional cloud, which is called as automotive. So they every time they are coming up with a new things. So you will be seeing many clouds, but the basic is very important to understand. If you know the marketing, if you know the sales, if you know the service, then commerce, experience, finance, service cloud, and health cloud is not a big deal. You can learn those. You can learn those. Now, where can I see these clouds? When you click on an app launcher, you can see all these clouds. You can see all these clouds. So marketing, this is the marketing. We use the marketing to promote the product or service. And then we have a sales. Sales is to sell the product or sell the service. And then we have a service. Service is to provide the customer support. Provide the customer support. So we have a services. Now, let's go ahead and see in the Salesforce, where can we see that? So in Classic, I am into the Classic right now. So here in the URL you see, so in the URL, whatever it says Lightning, that means you are in Lightning right now. You are in Lightning. Whereas in the Classic, you will not see anything called Lightning in the URL. Classic is a plain, so which is a LEX. Source is LEX. So Classic is plain. In the URL, you cannot see. So in Classic, if you click on these services, then you can see all the applications here. You can see sales, marketing, app launcher, communities, site.com, Salesforce, whatever is that. So if you wanted to go for all tabs, you can go for it. So these are the applications we can see. Whereas in the Lightning, click on this app launcher. Click on app launcher. Click on view all. When you click on the view all, you can see that there is a window gets open app launcher. Now here we have a marketing cloud, and then we have a service cloud here. So marketing cloud, we use it for what we use the marketing cloud?
To promote the business.
To promote the business. And then we have sales cloud at the bottom. So you can see here, there is a sales cloud. So this is the sales cloud. On top, service cloud. We have few more clouds here. We can see few more clouds here, right? So by clicking on the app launcher, you can see all the things. Now you can select this. When you select this cloud, it will go to that particular application. Right now I have clicked on the sales application. So it will be taken us to the sales application. So I'm not going in depth right now. So those are the clouds we can see by clicking on the app launcher. By clicking on that, you can see all app launcher. You can see all the clouds. Now, questions? What ready-made application is provided by Salesforce?
CRM.
Yeah.
SaaS.
Sales
Software as a
application, marketing, service.
Software as a service.
Okay. And what are applications available in Salesforce CRM?
Sales, marketing, service.
Service.
Marketing, sales, service. Where do you see these applications?
App launcher.
What are main parts do we see in Classic application?
3 parts. Menu
Three
bar,
parts: menu bar, tab bar, and sidebar.
Okay. What are main parts do we see in Lightning?
same, menu bar, navigation bar,
layout.
and layout.
What menu bar contains?
options like logo, profile.
Okay. What app launcher contains?
Applications.
Answer application is sales
Okay.
service tab.
What tab bar contains?
Elements.
Accounts like sales,
Tabs.
Tabs.
customer,
What navigation bar contains?
link to other sessions,
Navigation items. So what is third part in classic application?
Layout.
no sidebar,
Sidebar. What is third part in Lightning application?
layout,
Layout.
So the conclusion is what ready-made application is provided by Salesforce is Salesforce is providing a ready-made application called Salesforce CRM. And what are applications available in Salesforce is Salesforce CRM contains marketing, sales, and service application. Where do you see these application? Main parts in Salesforce applications, main parts in Salesforce Classic, applications or main menu, tab bar, and sidebar. So in Lightning, we see that main menu, navigation bar, and the layout. What menu contains? Menu bar contains? Menu bar contains app launcher. And then what app launcher contains? Marketing, sales, service, applications. We can see in app launcher. And what tab bar contains? Tab bar contains the related to marketing, sales, service, application items. The items related to the marketing, sales, service, application. What navigation bar contains? Navigation bar contains the navigation items related to marketing, sales, service. What is third part in classic application is sidebar. What is third part in Lightning application is layout. Now, any questions on this? Okay. So let's move on to the part 2. Now, Salesforce CRM. What Salesforce is providing as part of software as a service? What Salesforce is providing as part of software as a service? What they are providing it?
I think force.com to develop the applications.
I think application.
They are providing the application called Salesforce CRM. As part of the software as a service, they are providing the Salesforce CRM application. Now, Salesforce CRM is used to automate marketing, sales, service process of organization. Now, where does Salesforce CRM application is stored? Now, we know that this is the application. Now, we know that this is the application. I go to the menu bar, I can go to the navigation item, and these are the layout. But where does this Salesforce CRM store? Where does Salesforce CRM application is stored? So Salesforce CRM application, does it store in laptop or does it store in mobile or does it store in tab? Where does it store?
It is a cloud-based application.
both
Is it stored in
If
all?
we have internet, we can log in anywhere.
Okay,
It's a cloud-based application.
right. So let's see one example. So before talking about the Salesforce, let's see the example. What is Microsoft Office? We have a Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel, right? So what is Microsoft Office?
Collection of applications.
Collection of application. It is basically a software. Now, where does the Microsoft Office store then?
can
In
use it
our
in
laptops or
laptop or
PCs.
mobile nowadays.
Stored in laptop, right? And what kind of a software is Microsoft? If it is storing into the laptop, then what kind of a software is Microsoft Office?
System software, application software.
If we are storing the application, if we are storing the software, if we are installing the software in laptop, then what kind of a software it is? It is a on-premise software application. It's a on-premise. Whatever the on-premise software applications are there, those applications we will install on laptop. Right? So Microsoft Office is one example. So Microsoft Office is on-premise software, which we have to install it on the laptop. Now, why Microsoft application is called as a on-premise application? Because it is stored in local device. Because it is stored in local device. So on-premise means it lies onto the premises. How we can access the Microsoft Word document? How can we access the Word document?
We can open it
Installing it.
in the laptops once
In
it is
laptop.
installed.
Yeah, so directly open from laptop. So once I have to install the Microsoft Office in laptop, because it is a on-premise application, then I have to search the Microsoft Word document in my laptop and directly click on open. Now, coming back to the Salesforce. Now we are clear on the on-premise part. Now, where Salesforce CRM application is stored, Salesforce CRM application, do we have to install it in the laptop? Does it need it? Do I need to install the Salesforce application in laptop?
No.
We need not to store into the laptop. Basically, Salesforce CRM application is stored in a server. It is stored in server. Now, where the server is located? Now I know that Salesforce CRM application is stored in the server, but where is the server is located? Server is located at the data center provided by Salesforce. So server is located at the data center that is provided by the Salesforce. So how to access the Salesforce CRM application? Through the browser by using the internet, because Salesforce CRM is stored in server and this server sits into the data center, and data center is provided by the Salesforce. If I have to access the Salesforce, I need to have an internet and the browser connection. If I have these two things, then I can talk to the server. Server is which is in the data center. So first I need to hit the data center and then I have to go to the server. Within the server, I need to connect to the Salesforce CRM. So that means, let's see. Now accessing the Salesforce CRM application. For example, I'm sitting in India. I'm sitting in India and I have a laptop. Assume that this is a monitor or a laptop. And I have an internet connection. Through the internet connection, and also I have opened the browser. So the combination of internet connection and browser, what I'm going to do is, there is a server here, server is somewhere. Right now I'm in India, server is somewhere, maybe it is in US. So in server, what we have in server, we have a database.com. This is provided by the Salesforce. Within this database.com, we have a Salesforce CRM. We have a Salesforce CRM sits inside this database. Now, by using the internet and browser connection, I'll be talking to the Salesforce CRM. So that I need not to install the Salesforce in laptop. I can directly connect it. If I have an internet connection and if I have a browser, I can directly connect the server, and within the server, I have a database and connect to the database, and within the database, Wherever we have the Salesforce CRM, it is pointing it. So first it is hitting the server, then it is hitting the database, then it is hitting the Salesforce CRM. Right? I'm able to connect it to the Salesforce CRM and I can open it. So that's the reason whenever we are opening the Salesforce CRM, you can see here URL. So this URL, as soon as I type, as soon as I say that login.salesforce.com, what will happen immediately? Now, if I try to log in, here, so what happened? It will immediately go and talk to the server, wherever the server, whichever the server I am in, right? So this Salesforce is in whichever the server, it goes to that particular server and talk to the salesforce.com and it will bring the back. So the response I am getting it. Once the response is back, then I am able to see this page. Otherwise, if the response is not available, that means I have requested here. I have requested the Salesforce, please provide me the what I have given the credentials, my username and password. So for this username and password, if you find any Salesforce, please give me the response back to me. So in case if there is any issue, the response is some error you will be seeing. Otherwise, if response is perfect, then you will be able to open the Salesforce without any issue and you can see all the applications. Now, Salesforce CRM. What Salesforce CRM is called here? What Salesforce CRM is called?
Software as a service.
Software as a
On-demand application.
Cloud. Okay.
Salesforce CRM is called cloud application because it sits into the cloud. What is cloud application here? Okay, we know that Salesforce CRM is called cloud application, but what is the cloud application? Cloud application, any application which is stored in a vendor server, any application which is stored in vendor server, accessing through the browser and internet are called cloud application. So any application which is stored in vendor server, and I'm trying to access this application through the browser and internet, which is called cloud application, Now, what is Salesforce here? Salesforce is a cloud concept. Because my application is stored in the vendor server, wherever my vendor is there, my vendor is in US or UK, anywhere in the world. So they have my application is stored in their server. Now sitting in the India, by accessing through the browser, I have a browser and internet access. Through that combination, I am able to log into Salesforce. I am able to connect to the vendor server because I need to access this application. So Salesforce is one of the cloud concept. Now, what Salesforce is providing to store Salesforce CRM? They are providing the server in data center. Now, clear. Okay. They are providing the server in data center. Now, let's talk about more in depth on the data center. Now, we are clear on the Salesforce CRM part. Now, we know how to access the Salesforce CRM. We are clear on that. Now, we are going to talk about data center. So, let's say infrastructure as a service. Now, we are going to talk about infrastructure as a service, which is called as also known as IaaS. Providing a storage space, memory resource, backup, recovery mechanism is called infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service provides the storage space. It provides storage space and it provides what is the memory resources. And it also provides the backup. You need not to worry about the backup. It will automatically take care. Recovery mechanism. If something is messed up, then you have an option to recovery mechanism. So these all provided by the infrastructure as a service. Now, Salesforce is providing servers in 3 regions. right? They are providing the servers. Right now, I know the server. Within the server, we have a database.com. Within that, we have a Salesforce. Now they are providing the 3 servers. They are providing 3 servers. EMEA is nothing but Europe, Middle East, Africa. EMEA is nothing but Europe, Middle East, and Africa. In these places, whatever the servers are, whatever whoever is accessing the Salesforce for these places, they all stored into the EMEA. And the second region is Americas. All the America regions will be, all the servers will be stored in this. And then Asia specific. So they are providing a 3 regions, EMEA, Americas, and Asian Pacific. Now, servers in Salesforce are called instances. Servers in Salesforce is called instances. Now, where can I see region? Where can I see the region? Where can I see the instances? And where can I see these 3 options? Where are these options? How can I see this? Now, these options. So infrastructure as service, we know that it is for to use it. Just now we have discussed it is for to use, right? To store, not for to use, to store. Software as a service is to use. Infrastructure as a service is to store. So database.com, as part of an infrastructure as services, Salesforce is providing database storage called database.com. Salesforce is providing database.com, and this database.com is a massive data storage facility. User can store and retrieve the data. User can store and retrieve the data. Now, if you wanted to see server instances, everything, we have to go to the status.salesforce.com and then products. Let's go there. So let's say status.salesforce.com. So this is Trust Salesforce. Trust Salesforce. Right now I'm clicking on the Salesforce services. When you click on the Salesforce services, right, you will see the regions here. You will see the regions. This is the region. Now, so far we have learned is there are 3 regions. One is EMEA, Americas, and Asia Pacific. America and Asia Pacific. Now, if I go there, so the first one is URL. So the URL which we have already gone there using the status.salesforce.com. Then we have clicked on the Salesforce services. When I click on the Salesforce services, we can see the region here. There are 2 tabs, status and maintenance. So we need to focus on status for now. Maintenance is a different. In the status, we have a 3 regions, which is a EMEA, Americas, and Asia Pacific. This is a region. Within the region, we have instances. Within the region, we have instances. Now, these all are instances. These all are instances. Now, here, this is the URL, and the region is 3 regions are there, and then we have a instances. So these are instances. Now, if I select, now all these instances will be sits inside the region. So based on the selection, the instances will be reflected. So we will see that part later, how to differentiate. But for now, on at the high level, these are the instance, these are the regions, and these are the instances. And based on the selection, the instances will be displayed. Infrastructure as service is to store. Now the questions. What is storage database in Salesforce? What is
Cloud application.
storage database?
Database. Database.
Database.
What Salesforce is providing as part of infrastructure as a service?
Provide some memory resources,
Okay,
recovery mechanism.
okay. How many regions Salesforce is providing?
Three
Three.
regions.
And what are the different regions provided by Salesforce?
Asia Pacific, Middle East, Europe.
Yeah.
So the conclusion is, what is a storage database in Salesforce is database.com. What Salesforce is providing as part of infrastructure as services, instances in different region. They are providing instances in different region. Based on the region selection, the instances will be filtered out. And how many regions Salesforce is providing? 3 regions they are providing. What are the different regions? We have a EMEA, Americas, Asian, Pacific. Now, any questions in the part 2?
No.
Okay, so let's move on the part 3. Salesforce CRM database.com. Will that be enough? Now I have it to use. Okay, I have this. Right now we have learned this. This is a software as a service. Let me open the Paint. Please mute. So this is software as a service. Now we have learned database, which is an infrastructure as a service. This is IaaS. Salesforce is providing database.com. Now we have these two. This is to view, to use it. SaaS is to use. And IaaS is to store. Now, will that be enough? Salesforce CRM database.com, will that be enough if I have that? So let's assume that. Let's assume HDFC Bank. Let's assume HDFC Bank wants to use a Salesforce technology, Salesforce application. They wanted to use the Salesforce application. So they have purchased a license. They have purchased a license from Salesforce. If you wanted to use in the real time, if you wanted to use a Salesforce, then you have to purchase a license. For the practice purpose, you do not need it. For in the real time, we need to purchase a license. So HDFC want to use the Salesforce application. So what they have done is they have purchased a license from the Salesforce. Right. So once they have purchased, they got the Salesforce CRM and database. So once we get the license, 2 things is provided by the Salesforce. One is a SaaS and another one is IaaS. These 2 will be provided by Salesforce. So they have given us a Salesforce CRM. Along with that, they will give us the database.com. Along with that, they will give us the database.com. Now, whenever the organization takes a license from Salesforce, what they get it? They get Salesforce CRM and the storage space in server. Storage space, that means data IaaS. Now, where this Salesforce CRM is running, Salesforce CRM is running on. Now, the question is where this Salesforce CRM is running. Now, another question, when we open the Salesforce CRM, how all the features are visible? Now, if I'm opening the Salesforce CRM, how these all features are I'm able to access whenever I click on anything here, how it is able to access this? It's not a magic, right? So there is something is happening behind it. So when we open a Salesforce CRM, how all the features are visible? How can I see all the application? How can I see all the navigation item? How can I see menu bar? How can I see the layout? And will this be enough for organization or they need any other? So as we have discussed before, HDFC want to use the Salesforce application. and they have purchased a license from the Salesforce. Now, step one is they have to get the license. HDFC Bank have taken the license from Salesforce. Step one is done. Step two, they log into Salesforce CRM application. Once I have a license, I can log into the Salesforce CRM application. When I log into the Salesforce application, the first thing what I can see here when I log in here, the first thing what I can see Salesforce logo. This is a Salesforce logo. I can see the Salesforce logo. As soon as I log into the Salesforce, the first thing which is showing me here is a Salesforce logo. Now they are also able to see the Salesforce logo. They are also able to see the Salesforce logo. But how the customer will recognize this is as a HDFC application? Customer will think that I have opened the Salesforce because I can see the Salesforce logo. But actually, who is using that Salesforce application? HDFC Bank is using the Salesforce application. HDFC is using the Salesforce application. If I open any application which is related to the HDFC, then I should see HDFC logo. If I'm opening in mobile application, or if I'm opening the online application, what are the application I'm opening it? How can I identify which application I'm viewing it? Basically, I need to see the HDFC logo. If I see the HDFC logo, then I'm a bit confident that I'm into the HDFC application. But here, whenever their customers are opening the HDFC application, they are seeing the Salesforce logo, which is not right. They need to see HDFC logo and the theme colors related to the HDFC. What are the HDFC standard colors are there? For every business, there is some specific color and logo will be dedicated. So similarly, HDFC also has a theme of the color and they have a certain logo. Now they need this. So they have taken the license. They are opening the Salesforce. It is almost, they can start implementing it. But the main focus is it is going to the Salesforce logo. So they wanted this Salesforce logo to change to HDFC logo, right? So to do this, what is required? In order to change this, I need to change the Salesforce logo. In order to do this, what is the required? Now let's take a step back. Let's take a step back. Assume that I wanted to travel. How to travel from one place to another place? There are multiple options are there to travel one place to another place. Let's take an option here, train. Let's take an option called train. If I wanted to travel from one place to another place, then there should be a medium, right? There should be a medium. Why we need that medium to commute? Let us assume that we travel by train. There are many other options, but right now we are assuming that we are traveling by train. Now, for train, first thing is that I need to book seat. If I wanted to travel by train, then I have to take a ticket and book the seat, right? I need to pay some amount. By paying the amount, what will happen? I can block the seat for me. Similarly, in the Salesforce, when you purchase a license, that means you are blocking the application for yourself. You are blocking the application to use for your purpose. Now, when you do it in the train, you have to pay amount and then you have to block a seat. Similarly, in the Salesforce, you have to pay some amount. That means you are purchasing a license. Why? To block the application for yourself, for your company. Now, once it is blocked, the seat is blocked. Then next one is, there is a train. You have a train which is coming in, right? This is once it is blocked, then you have to go to the train and you have to travel. So similarly, in Salesforce also, we have infrastructure. Assume that here train is a infrastructure where it has a database.com, So where this train runs on track, which is nothing but where infrastructure is runs onto the, we need a platform. You need a platform. In order to run the train, you need some place. You need a place. That place is, we call that as a track. So similarly, if you wanted to run this application, with the data, with the infrastructure, you need a platform. You need a platform. So in Salesforce, you need a platform. So without platform or without track, train runs. Without a track, does the train runs in real time?
No.
No. So without platform also, we cannot run the Salesforce CRM. We cannot go for Salesforce CRM, just having the CRM application infrastructure database.com. By using these two, we cannot do. We need a platform. A platform is a must. Without platform, nothing will work. Nothing will work. Now, let's understand the platform in detail. So platform, in the same way, to run the Salesforce CRM, we need a platform. This is called development environment. In the real-time platform, we call it as a development environment. Development environment. Now, this is part of platform as a service. Whatever this development environment is there, it is part of platform as a service. Now, they got the Salesforce CRM and database.com. Then, now where this Salesforce CRM is running? So when we open the Salesforce CRM, how all the features are visible? And whenever the organization takes a license from Salesforce, what they get it? So Salesforce CRM and the storage space. When they take a license, they will get the Salesforce CRM and storage space in server. Right? So let's understand platform as a service. Right now, we are clear on software as a service, infrastructure as a service. Software as a service is to use, and infrastructure is a service. Infrastructure as a service is to store. Now, the next one which we are going to learn is a platform as a service. In Salesforce, it is a development environment. So platform as a service is to build. We use it for the building, where we do it on the development environment. Now, force.com, Salesforce provides as part of a platform as a service. Salesforce is providing development environment is called force.com. Development environment is called force.com. Force.com is used by the administrator or a developers. Admin team also can use it. Developers, definitely they have to use it. Developers, definitely they have to use it. So platform as a service is Salesforce is providing force.com. As part of the platform as a service, Salesforce is providing force.com. It is used for configuration, customization of an existing CRM application. Whatever the existing CRM application is there, if you wanted to make a changes, if you wanted to make a modification, any customization, new implementation, new feature you wanted to implement on top of the existing application, then we have to use a platform as a service to customize it, to configure it. Configuration, customization, both are different. We are not going in depth of the configuration, customization. So configuration and customization of the existing CRM application we use, it is only platform as service. Then development of any kind of a new application for a small website to enterprise application. If they wanted to build any application on top of the existing Salesforce, then we can use the development environment, which is called force.com. By using the force.com, I can implement a new application and I can provide it to this, whether it is a small website or enterprise application. Deployment application, deployment of application. Once it is developed, if I wanted to deploy to any other org, we can do it. Now the questions. What is platform?
Development environment.
What is platform?
Development environment.
Okay. Which platform is provided by the Salesforce as a part of
Force.com.
platform? Force.com. Okay.
Okay.
What can be done with the Force.com platform?
Can develop and
We can
build up.
configurations changes made to
We can-
existing sales.
We can easily configure and customize the existing application.
Yes. So the conclusion is, what is the platform? Platform is a development environment. Which platform is provided by Salesforce as part of platform as a services? Salesforce is providing Force.com as part of platform as a service. And the last question is, what can be done with the Force.com platform is, using the Force.com platform, developer can customize the application, configure the application. Now, any questions in the part 3? Okay, so let's move on to the part 4. Now, we have learned build. There is another one which is here, platform as a service. This is platform as a service. Salesforce is providing Force.com. And this is to build. Now we have a software as a service. We have a platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. So we are clear on all these 3. Now types of software technologies. Technologies used for software application, which is front end. First one is, there are 3 types are there. Technologies are 3 types. Types of softwares are 3 types. First one is front end, user interface. Front end, user interface. User interface, what it does, it basically enables the user to interact with the devices. User inputs data from user interface. So using this front end, what will happen?
Hello, Anna.
Using this application, using the front end user interface enables the user to interact with the devices, user to interact with the applications. Now, if I'm opening this Salesforce application, what I'm doing as an end user, I'm interacting with the Salesforce. I'm clicking on this. That means I'm interacting with the Salesforce. This is a front end. Front end is nothing but where the user interacts. Interaction is enables where the user to interact with the devices. And the second one is backend. Second one is backend. Backend is nothing but database, storage. Database, storage. So backend is where the data is stored in the database, which user cannot see. User cannot see. This is the backend. User cannot see. User can see only this SAS. I cannot see behind this SAS what is the database is there. This is not visible by the user. So I cannot see the database. This is the backend. So backend is database, which is a IaaS. So backend is where the data is stored in database. And the third one is business logic. The third one is business logic. Business logic is the programming that manages communication between the user interface and the database. What is this business logic? Is this business logic is the programming where the developers are writing some code. Program is nothing but I'm writing the code. Business logic is the programming that manages the communication between the user interface and database. Now, if I wanted to communicate, if I need the communication happen between the front end and back end, I need to have a communication between the front end and back end, then I need a business logic. Using this business logic, the communication will be established. The communication happens between the user interface and database. Now, if you see here, Now, if you see this, now the business logic is written in the force.com. Now this business logic enables the communication. Using this business logic, I can communicate between the user interface and the database. It will enable, so it is very important PAS. Using this business logic, I can enable the communication between the database and the user interface. By using through this, the communication will be happen. I'm sending the request. So force.com it will take and it will send the request to the database, and the database will return the response to the force.com, and then from the force.com I can see the result in the software as a service. Now, business is very important. By using that, we can enable the communication. We can manage the communication between the user interface and database. Now, let's see Salesforce application functionality technologies. Now, database.com. Database is backend where the users cannot see the database. Now, in the database, this is at the backend. I have a database which is called database.com, Assume that within this database.com, there is a table. Assume that there is a customer information. Okay, I have a customer information here. This is a customer table. Table is normal. What are the table? Rows and columns, right? So I have here the table, which is a customer table. Now this is my table. Inside this rows and columns, it is similar like a Excel sheet. Whatever you have a Excel sheet, similar to that, I have some customer informations are available here. So in this customer information, I have two rows. One is the sequence and the customer name is there. Perfect. This is the customer information, which sits into the database.com. Okay, so this is the customer information. I have 4 customer details. In this, I have 2 columns. And this is the customer information. Whoever does not know the Salesforce, for them, this is the customer information. Now, this sits into the database. Now, on the front end, user is opening the Salesforce application. Assume that there is a custom implementation is done. Here, the custom implementation to search the customer information. I'm searching the customer information instead of account. Let's assume that this is a customer information. I'm searching it, or customer data. You can say customer data. Okay, I'm searching the customer data. Now, by using this this is custom implementation. That means I have written some logic. To implement this application. Now, whenever I write here ABC, we have a here with starting with ABC, we have a one record, right? There is a ABC genus and there are few are ACC. It starts with ACC. For example, I'm starting with ABC. I'm searching the ABC customer record. So it's there in the table. When I start typing the data on the user interface, on the Salesforce application, what will happen? It sends the, whenever on user interface, so implementation on the front end implementation can be done using the Visualforce or Lightning Aura component or Lightning Web component. So front end applications in the Salesforce is Visualforce, Lightning Aura component, Lightning Web component. So Visualforce, Aura component, LWC. These are the front end technologies in the Salesforce. Assume that either of this. So this particular lookup demo is implemented using the LWC component. Using the LWC component, I have implemented this UI. Now, as soon as I search it, so what will happen? There is in between the user interface and backend, there is a business logic sits. Business logic sits between the user interface and database. Now, whenever I type searching here ABC, right, this UI implementation is done using the Lightning Web Component. And then I have placed this UI onto the Salesforce application. And then I'm entering the ABC. When I click on a search, what will happen? It is going to send the request. It is going to send the request to the business logic. Business logic, in the business logic, we are in Salesforce, business logic is Apex. We will write the business logic in Apex. Apex, there are few things, Salesforce object query language, Salesforce object search language. So business logic is done by the Apex, Sockle, and Saucer. Whereas user interface is done by the Visualforce, Lightning Aura component, Lightning Web component. Business logic is written in the Apex, Salesforce Sockle, and Saucer, which is a Salesforce object query language and Salesforce object search language. Now, user interface sends the request to the business logic, and the business logic sends the request to the database. So in order to reach the database, I need to talk to the business logic. I need to talk to the business logic. So is always mandatory that I need to talk to Apex? No, it's not always mandatory in Salesforce, but right now we are in the starting stage. Assume that Apex is needed, okay? Because we have implemented a certain logic using the LWC component. For this LWC component, I have implemented a logic in Apex. This is the logic is implemented in Apex. So LWC is having the Apex connection. That is the reason I'm using the Apex. So using the user interface, using user interface sends the request to the Apex and business logic, and the business logic pass the information to the database. And then database receive the request. Once the database receive the request, then it will cross verify out of these four, which are the records are matching with ABC. Then it sends the response, database sends the response to the business logic, and then business logic sends the response to the user interface. Now I can see the account, only account is matching here. Only one account, which is ABC Genesis. So it is identified that there is a matching one ABC. Database sends the response to the business logic, and business logic does some calculation here. Then from the business logic sending the response to the user interface, and the user interface received the response, and it is showing the data on user interface on the front end, So this is Salesforce application. What are the functionalities and what are the technologies? Technologies are in the front end, Visualforce, Lightning Aura component, Lightning Web component. In the business logic, Apex, Salesforce object query language, Salesforce object search language. So these are the technologies in the Salesforce. Now let's move on. Questions? What is front end?
User interface.
Okay. What is backend?
Database storage.
Database to
Database.com.
store the data.
Platform as a service.
Apex program.
Business logic is Apex programming.
Apex.
What are front-end technologies in Salesforce?
Visualforce.
Visualforce,
Lightning Web
Lightning Web
component,
component, Lightning Aura component.
Lightning Aura component.
What are back-end technologies in Salesforce?
Apex programming language,
Database.com.
Sockle,
Database.
Social,
Force.com.
Salesforce
Backend
object
logic.
query language, Salesforce
Backend
object
Database.
search language, and Apex language.
Database.
Database.com.
Database.com. We are not talking about the business logic here. We are talking about the back-end technologies. So what is the business logic technology in Salesforce?
Sockle.
Object
Platform.
Salesforce object.
Platform as a service.
Object is
Like
Sockle
business logic.
SOQL,
Apex.
SOS.
Yes. So the conclusion is, what is the front end? Front end is where the end users enters the input. It is called as a user interface or UI. Now, what is back end? Back end is used by the used to store the data. What is business logic? Business logic is a programming between the front end and back end. What are front-end technologies in Salesforce? Front-end technologies in Salesforce are Visualforce, Lightning Aura component, Lightning Web component. What are back-end technologies in Salesforce? Back-end technologies in Salesforce is database.com, also the SOCL and SOCL, because we are talking, because it is trying to connect the database and bringing the data. And the business logic, what are the business logic? Business logic, we will write it in Apex, SOCL and SOCL. Any questions on the part 4? Okay, so let's move on part 5. So coming back to our Salesforce courses. Our Salesforce courses are Salesforce Consulting Administration 35 session, Salesforce Development 35 sessions, Salesforce Lightning 35 sessions, Salesforce Integration 30 sessions. So our courses covers consulting, administration, development, lightning, integration. And outcome of a consulting and admin course, Salesforce Consulting, you will be learning the Salesforce Consulting. In the consulting, understanding the Salesforce functionality, understanding the marketing cloud, understanding the sales cloud, understanding the service cloud. And in the Salesforce Administrator, you will be learning the configuration of the Salesforce CRM without coding. How can we do the configuration? And the outcome of this, both consulting and the administration outcome, is understanding the functionality of Salesforce CRM, how to use the Salesforce application as an end user, and how to configure the Salesforce application. So everything you will be learning it from the Salesforce Consulting and the admin course. Coming to the development course, in the development course, Salesforce development covers Apex, Visualforce, SOCL, and SOCL. So outcome of this course is how to maintain the code and enhancing the Salesforce application, how to build the new application functionality, building a new Salesforce application for the small application to enterprise application using the Apex, Visualforce, SOCL, and SOCL. So we will be teaching the development from the basic. So even for the single declaration, so very basic onwards, like a var a equal to integer a equal to 5. So whoever does not have the technical background, whoever does not have the programming backend, we can teach you from the basic. So my course is always from the basic. So first I'll make you to understand how to declare the very basic thing, then I'll jump on to the Apex. That means first I will be talking about the OOPS concept. Then first I'll be building the user interface, then OOPS concept, then slowly actual logic I'll be putting it. So it's a very easy, my sessions, because my sessions are from the basic onwards. Outcome of a lightning course. The lightning course, we will be covering the Lightning Aura component, Lightning Web component. Outcome of this course is maintaining, enhancing Salesforce user interface, building a new Salesforce user interface, how to build a, based on the client requirement, how to implement a new user interfaces for the small application or an enterprise application using the Lightning Aura component and Lightning Web component. So Lightning Aura component, Lightning Web component also, directly I'll not jump onto the direct real-time coding. First, I'll be explaining all the tags, whatever the tags are available, what are the basic things are available in the Lightning Aura. So each one of them, I'll be explaining it, what is the purpose of it, how to use it. So my sessions in the Lightning Aura is, what is it? So first thing is, what is it? And then what is the purpose of it? And how to use it. And where can we see the output. So this is my points. So first I'll be talking about each one of the tag. Once we are clear about each one of them, then slowly we will be talking about the implementing the Lightning Aura component, implementing the LWC component. So my sessions are always from the very scratch onwards. And then outcome of the integration course. Integration, I'll be talking about the REST API, SOAP API, because in the real time, mostly we use the REST API, very rare SOAP API. There are different APIs like a streaming API, but nobody uses the streaming API. So what are the real time is required? Only that part I'll be covering in the integration. Outcome of the course is how to integrating the third-party application with the Salesforce application using the REST API and SOAP API. For this also, first I'll be doing the configuration. What are the configurations are required for this integration, all the configuration and which application, everything I'll be discussing it. Then we'll jump on to the coding part. Also, I'll be talking about the Postman, how to use a Postman. There is an application called a Postman. By using the Postman, how can you test your org or third-party application? So I'll be teaching that also. And along this course, I'll be teaching the JavaScript and HTML, Lightning design system, CSS, how to use the CSS, how to use the Lightning design system, how to use the JavaScript, the main concept of the Java, what is needed in the Salesforce to learn the JavaScript. So that part I will be covering it. I'll not be taking the entire session of the JavaScript because that is not needed. Only the whatever is required for the Salesforce, only that part I'll be teaching the Salesforce. Separate the JavaScript is separately, that is covered in the Lightning Aura. So these are the things. Also, I'll be talking about the data loader, workbench, how to use the workbench, how to do the data loading part. So those part I'll be covering it. So our learning path will be consulting admin, development, and the Lightning. And finally, we have an integration. Also, at the end of the course, we will be doing at least one project. If you need more projects, we can do that. So minimum one project, maximum 2 projects. Any questions on this part 5 before I move on? Okay. So part 6, who can learn the Salesforce? So if you have a question, that the questions mostly I get it is, I am working in a different domain from last 10 years. Can I get into Salesforce? I am from non-technical background, BA, BGC, MBA, commerce, civil engineer, mechanical engineer, electrical background, teacher, HR, recruiting. Can I learn Salesforce and get a job? I have completed my graduation in 2010. I am a housewife or I'm doing a business. Now can I switch or can I learn and get the job, get into the Salesforce job? I have a gap from 3 to 10 years. Can I learn Salesforce now and get the job? I'm a fresher. Can I learn the Salesforce and get the job? Is there an opportunity for the freshers? So these all, what are the questions you have? For everything, the answer is yes. For everything, the answer is yes. Because right now, the Salesforce is the one in the market where it is looking. Whether you have a gap, there are few companies, if you have a gap, but you are very good in learning the Salesforce and which you can give the answering, which is similar to the experienced guy, they can take it. So don't worry if you are a non-technical background, if you have a gap between the 3 to 10 years, or if you are completed in 2010, or if you are working in a different domain and if you wanted to switch after the 10 years, don't worry about it. Salesforce is the right technology to move on to get into the Salesforce, to get into the IT industry. So Salesforce will offer everybody, it will take everybody who knows the Salesforce very well. Okay, though you have a gap, though you are a different background, but you are keen enough to answer the questions. If they give the assignment, if they give some requirement, if you are able to complete that requirement, then they are ready to take. It doesn't matter whether you have experience or not. Any questions on this? Okay, so let's move on. Course methodology. So our course methodology is from our side, 240 hours live sessions. And consulting admin 35 session, development 35 session, lightning 35 sessions, Salesforce integration 30 sessions. And interview sessions will have a parallelly, or sometimes we'll have interview sessions where my team will be taking the interviews. Daily assignment, will have a daily assignment where I'll be giving maximum 3 assignments or maximum 3 to 4 assignments for each day. From participation side, from your side, I need a dedication and the hard work. So these two, along with these 240 sessions and the daily assignment, we need from you all the dedication, which is 100% dedication, and the hard working needs to be there. And daily attendance, active in session. We are going to track the daily attendance. And you have to be very active in my sessions because I'll be asking the questions. And at the end of the session, I'll be having the sessions. And whenever you are attending my session, you have to keep the pen and notepad along with you. So you have to note down because at the end of the session, we'll have a quiz questions. And then participating the assignment, writing the answers to interview questions. And at the end of the session, we'll have interview questions that we will be sending you, right? So that interview questions are from the very basic level to the very high level. You might see a few interview questions. What is the Salesforce? What is this? So that is also interview questions some people will ask. If you go for that interview with the whoever is the interviewer is the architect, solution architect who is taking the interview. If that person is taking, then definitely he will ask what is the Salesforce. He doesn't ask what is the like a development work. He wanted to understand from the what is Salesforce and what is the database, where the database stores, what is the metadata. So those kind of questions will be asked by the Salesforce architect. So you have to be very active in the session because after the session, multiple activities are going to happen. And attending the regular interview questions. Make sure you are completing the interview questions every day. Otherwise, it goes on pending. When it goes on pending, like everyday interview sessions are maximum 40 sessions or 40 questions. More than 30 questions you will be seeing, 30 or 40 questions, more than 40 questions you will be seeing it. So make sure you are attending or completing the interview session on the same day. If you postponed it, you will not be able to complete it. And how many takes to get a Salesforce job? 4 to 6 months based on your preparation. I'm saying 4 to 6 months because our course is between the 4 to 6 months. But if our preparation is 100% dedication and hard work is there, definitely at the end of our course, you will be hitting the job. So all the best for your preparation. Now let's move on to the part 7. In part 7, yes, any questions?
Yeah, ma'am, I wanted to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, hi ma'am. Actually, would like to have ask one question. So I would like to go for integration only because the rest of the part I have done the course. So I would like to go for integration. So is it possible?
Yes, it is possible. Integration, you can go with that. So you can talk to my team. I'll give you the number about whom do you have to talk about the each session.
Okay. Okay. Can you please post that number into the chat so that I can connect with them?
Yeah, just hold on. We just 10-15 minutes. We are able to complete this. Then I'll let you know. I'll give you the.
Sure.
Okay, my team is already in the call, so they will speak.
I wanted to ask that I have basic.
Sorry. Can you repeat that question?
Ma'am, regarding timings and fee structure, we need to talk the number which you have given underneath of last, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. So whoever is asking the number, yes, here it is the number. You can WhatsApp. You cannot call this number for now. You can just WhatsApp this number. Okay, so part 7. Why to learn Salesforce, not other technologies? Let's understand this part. So other technologies, like we know that Java, .NET, data science, we are keep on hearing this, but they are purely coding. They are purely coding. SAP, Oracle, Android, iOS, these are also purely coding. If you have to implement client requirement, then you have to put a lot of effort in Java and in .NET in order to deliver the requirement. It might take 2 weeks or more than 2 weeks or 1 month time it might take. Right, so it's a purely onto the coding. And Amazon Web Service, Microsoft Azure, these all also Amazon Web Service. You can go for it, but it is also pure coding, I can see. So Microsoft Azure is also pure coding. So history and future of technology. So Salesforce is a world #1 CRM. Salesforce has a highest market share of 22.9% in CRM IT space. So if you look at this in this market, this graph, which I have taken from the Google, which is the latest one. So last December, I have taken this. So the highest market share up to the 2022 December is 22.9%, 22.9%. And this year it is going to grow rapidly. There is a lot of openings which are going to come after the April. So you might see a lot of growth in this year in the Salesforce. Company size, like a Salesforce was founded by the Mark Benioff. Right, together with the Mark Benioff, Parker, Dave, they were also part of it. So together with the Parker, Dave, and Frank, they have found the Salesforce in 1999. In 1999. So from 4 employees, Salesforce has grown to the 73,540 employees. They started with the 4 employees till last year, 2022 December, they grown to the 73,540. See here. So this is the employees in thousands, employees in thousands. So in 2050, 16,000, and now it is 2022, they are into the 73,540 employees. Now, company revenue is a very important. Under leadership of Mark Benioff, Salesforce has targeted $23 billion by 2023 end of the year. By 2023, $23 billion they have targeted. So Salesforce sets a revenue target for fiscal year 2026 of $50 billion. By 2026, Mark Benioff has set the revenue target $50 billion. So keep on updating the Salesforce technology with the latest market trends so that I'm sure for next 10 years, you have a strong, where you can stay in the IT company with a very good salary and everything. So I can guarantee that for next 10 years, Salesforce is going to grow rapidly. There is no doubt in that. So by 2023, see here, this is a continue to market history on track to be the fastest growing to $20 billion. So in 2016 or 15, that time it was a $5 billion, and then it is reached to the $10 billion. Now 23, they are targeting $23 billion. Whereas if you look at the SAP, it's the same, and Oracle is also same, and Microsoft is $14 billion. But by looking at the market, Salesforce is on top. Salesforce is on top. Job market, organization in finance, insurance, healthcare, banking, retail, transportation, oil, gas, manufacturing, educational, media, entertainment, consumer goods, everybody is using the Salesforce. Right now in the market, governments, what are the government is there right now? Dubai government is also using the Salesforce. So government is also started using the Salesforce. You can see in coming days, everybody uses. Already right now, the healthcare, banking, retail, transportation, they are already using it. Education, they are already using. Media and entertainment and the consumer, they are already using it. Government is also already using it. So there is a lot of growth. Now, if you wanted to see the proof of it, yes, UK government is also using the Salesforce. And if you wanted to see the proof of it, go to the customer success stories. So let's go there. So customer success stories. So if you go to the customer success story, these where you can see all the customers who are using the Salesforce, You can sort by the features newest A to Z, and sort by. Okay. So for example, if you wanted to sort by the industry, if you wanted to know who all are the one using the finance, who all are the one automotive, you can sort it. So automotive, who all are using the automotive, Ford is using, Crucius is using, right? So Ben's latest to build a more loyal community of a customers, right? They are using this experience. They are also using. Aston Martin is using, right? Toyota is using it, which I have already worked with the Toyota. Zero is using it. Right, so everybody, if you wanted to see the latest feature, okay, so if you see that L'Oreal is using it, GE company is using, and then Crucius, Vitality, and everybody is using it. If you go to the next, in next also, NBC is using, NBC learn how the media company is reinventing the fan of experience ahead of the LA28. They are also using it. T-Mobile, which is a new, they are also using it. And American Water, they are also using it. So everybody is using it. And you can see all the clouds, if you wanted to divide it by the cloud industry, product, if you wanted to see how many products they are using it, sales, service, marketing, what are the products they have, and what is the business size? Is it a startup or enterprise, small, medium, right? Everything you can see. What is the business type? B2B, business to business customer, or business to consumer. So everything you see, who are using the business to business, who are using the business to consumer, and customer success here. How many are in the customer success group, right? Premier success plan, professional services, signature success plan, everything we can see here. This will contain all the information, what are the companies are using it, everybody's data is contained here. So 1,50,000 plus, 1,50,000 plus organizations are using Salesforce. As per the Glassdoor survey, Salesforce technology has the highest job posting from last 5 consecutive years. And the job market is by 2026, Salesforce technology going to have a 9.3 million new jobs all over the world. Worldwide, the Salesforce economy is expected to generate 9.3 million net new jobs by 2026. So this is the right now growth. Right now we are in the 2023. So in 2022, 7.1 million. So you see here the additional 10. So you are going to see rapid increase. And learning curve and a resource availability, Salesforce has a 50% functionality and 50% coding, not like other technology, 100% coding. You can, if you're very good, you can implement the requirement in the functionality, just using the configuration, or else if you feel that that is a difficulty, then maximum 10% you have to use the coding. So overall 50% functionality, 50% coding. It is easy to learn the Salesforce. Because if you know the day-to-day work, if you know how to use the application, then it is very easy to learn Salesforce. If you know how to use booking app, movie booking app. If you wanted to know how to use the Salesforce application, then it is easy to learn. Functionality and configuration is a flexible. Programming syntax coding is simple and easy. Simple and easy. Once you learn it, once you know that, once you store that whatever the coding is there, once it is stored in your mind, then it is very easy to implement the requirement. Person from any background, technical or a non-technical, fresher or experienced, with the proper training, guidance and a practice can get into the Salesforce job. We will give industry standard real-time project oriented training. So whenever I'm discussing it about any course, I'll be mostly talking about, first I'll explain what is the purpose of it, whether it is used in the real time or not. So I'll be mentioning that. We provide class notes, study materials, recording sessions. We have our YouTube channel. There we have all videos posted from basic level to the advanced level. So Salesforce is providing the trial head for a learning. So we will be giving at the end of the session, I'll be giving the related trial head link, which you can do the trial head. And we have offline institute in Amirpet, Hyderabad. We have opened in the last year, this year, January. So we have actively there is a team, our team is actively in the Amirpet. So we have a group of team members. You can directly go to the Amirpet Institute and you can talk to them. Why to learn Salesforce? By this time we got a clarity, history of a growth, because we see a lot of the growth, and the leadership. Leadership is a very important. And here the leadership is Mark Benia, who has a very future, 10 years beyond he thinks about the Salesforce and he will implement. He has a very good aim onto the Salesforce. Increase in company size. So definitely this is needed. If you are increasing in the company size, then that means the opportunities will be open. The opportunities is automatically opens. Company revenue, when we have a leadership, increase in company size, the revenue is automatically increased. And job market is definitely, I can see by 2026, there are a lot many jobs are going to open. Learning curve and resource availability. So learning curve, basically you need to find a good trainer and who can teach you very basics onwards, and the resource who can explain whenever you have a blocker. Career guarantee for next 10 to 15 years. This is for sure. Any questions? Part 7. So let's move on to the part 8, Salesforce roles, responsibilities, skills, and salary. Now we know how the market is there. Now, if I wanted to go to the Salesforce, now I got the job. Now, which role do I need to expect? What are the responsibility that I'm going to get it? What are the skills that is required for that job? What are the skills that are required for that job, and how much salary can I expect it? So salary part, in a range I have given, don't think that that is a fixed one. So if it is a role is Salesforce administrator, responsibilities are configuring the Salesforce application. Skills that are required for the Salesforce administrator is consulting and admin. You need admin, Salesforce administrator need consulting and admin. The experience that you need, 0 to 2 years experience, salary will be between the 3 to 4. And then 3 years to 5 years between the 8 to 9. Just a second. 8 to 9 lakhs. Now, roles, business analyst. If you are going for a business analyst, responsibilities for the business analyst is communicate business requirements with client and developers. That means business analyst work is to communicate. You need to always communicate with the client, get the requirement, convert that requirement to the Salesforce term, and then pass it to the developers. The skills that is required for the business analyst is consulting, admin, communication, and convincing skills. So convincing skills are very important for the business analyst. If you have experience 0 to 2 years, that means you will get 4 to 5 lakhs. And if you have experience 3 to 5 years, you will get a 9 to 10 lakhs. Salesforce tester. Salesforce tester role is, the responsibilities for the Salesforce tester role is test application, communicate with the developers and business analyst. And the skills that are required for the Salesforce testers are consulting, admin, communication skills. If you have experience between the 0 to 2 years, you will get 3 to 4 lakhs. If you have experience between the 3 to 5 years, you will get 8 to 10 lakhs. Salesforce developer role. Responsibilities for the Salesforce developers are configuration, maintenance, enhancement, and develop application. And the skills that are required for the Salesforce developers are consulting, admin, Apex, Aura, LWC, Socle, Social, and integration knowledge is required. You need a basic integration knowledge because 0 to 2 years, they do not expect the experience there on the integration level. So for the 0 to 2 years, you need experience in, you need a knowledge on integration, you need a knowledge on LWC. So 4 to 6 lakhs, you will get it. If you are putting the 3 to 5 years, LWC is must, integration knowledge is required. You will get 9 to 15 lakhs. And coming to the Salesforce consultant role, for the Salesforce consultant role, responsibilities are configure, maintain, enhance, and develop application. And the skills required for the Salesforce consultant is consulting, admin, Apex, Aura, LWC, Socle, Social must have a basic design and integration skills. You also need a design experience there. So for that 6+ years experience, you will get 15 to 25 lakhs. Salesforce technical architect role. Responsibilities for the Salesforce technical architect role are plan, coordinate, communicate, accountable for delivery of quality project. And the skills that are required for Salesforce technical architect is experience in implementing multiple projects, because technical architect will be working on the multiple projects at a time. So using the different clouds, extraordinary communication skills. And if you have a 6+ years experience, it starts with a 20 to 30 lakhs. And Salesforce solution architect role, the responsibilities for the solution architect role are plan, coordinate, communicate, accountable for delivering the quality of the project. And the skills that are required for the Salesforce solution architect is experience in client interaction, because the solution architect will be involved in the client discussion, experience in implementing multiple projects using the different clouds, extraordinary communication and convincing skills. They need a communication and convincing skills, because if something is not possible, which is requested by the client, they have to explain it very smart way. They have to convince the client to implement in a different direction. So 6+ years of experience, they will get 30 to 50 lakhs basic. Now, only admin and development enough to get a job? You can go and search in Naukri and LinkedIn, Salesforce job posting. Most of the companies are asking lightning experience, Aura and lightning experience in Aura and LWC. Right now in the market, they are asking that LWC experience. If you say that if you do not have a LWC experience, they will not consider your profile. So you need to have a LWC experience, whether you are going for the 2 years or 3 years. LWC knowledge, experience is needed. Knowledge is must. Experience, it is maybe you need based on that. So if you are putting 0 to 2 years, you might not need it. But if you are putting 3 to 2 years, LWC experience is needed, at least for 6 months or 1 year. And then Apex. Roles and job posting. So these are the roles. So consulting is 30%. This is as per the 2022 December. Developer 17% jobs. Solution architect 70% job. business analyst 16% job, technical architect 15% job. So administrator, you just have a 6%. So if you are lucky, you can, if you want business analyst and if you know consulting and admin, you can go with the administrator, but very less jobs are there, only 6%. But if you learn admin and development, then 17 plus 16. So it will combine and you will have 18, 23%. 78%. You will have the job opportunities. Now let's move on. Now the last one, part 9. So we have a references video which are posted in the YouTube.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, Venkat.
हाँ मैडम, अभी जैसे कि इसमें डेवलपमेंट पार्ट में हमें कोडिंग सीखने की जरूरत पड़ेगी क्या?
Yes.
हेलो.
Yes, yes. You need to learn the coding for the development.
ओके, क्योंकि मेरा बैकग्राउंड तो आईटी के रिलेवेंट नहीं है, तो अभी इसमें अगर मुझे कोडिंग सीखना पड़े तो फिर शायद मुझे डिफिकल्ट होगा ना मैडम?
It's not difficult. That's the reason I'm saying it. Salesforce technology is not difficult. So we will make you understand. So my classes are very basic level understanding. So don't worry if you do not have a technical background also. I'll teach it from the basic level.
I mean, at what percentage of coding has to be, we need to learn, madam?
50%.
50% of the coding we need to learn, right?
Yes.
Okay. Acha, madam, being a fresher, we can join as an administration because there is a very less percentage of the jobs as administrator. Correct.
As a fresher, it is very difficult for the admin. So you need to learn admin and developer both.
Admin and developer. Okay, fine.
Both.
Acha, madam, Salesforce and this, what exactly? Salesforce and SAP success factor, both are same or is there any difference between in this?
What is that? Salesforce and?
Salesforce and SAP success factor. SAP success factor.
Okay, SAP is different, Salesforce is different. SAP is a different technology and Salesforce is a different technology.
Okay, okay. Actually, one of my friend is now into the SAP success factor, but where I came to know that there is a very less amount of coding he need to learn.
Okay.
So actually the thing is that we are not relevant to science background. So at the present moment, we need to learn and understand the coding part. So it might be a little difficult, I think.
But if you look at the job market currently with the Salesforce for next 10 to 15 years, if you learn right now, so you will not have, and if you are expecting the salary, so salary also you need to think on it. If you are expecting the more salary, I don't know SAP is going to give us, but definitely Salesforce has that growth.
Okay, okay. So madam, just now you talk about that LWS. What is that, madam?
LWC, Lightning Web Component.
Acha, acha. I mean, it is a part of development, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
It's a complete different course, Lightning course. Development has a Apex and Visualforce. Lightning has a Lightning Aura and LWC.
I mean, just now, as you said, LWS is the demanding.
Yes, LWC is the demanding one, current market.
Current market. Okay, fine. Okay. Thank you, madam.
Yeah. So let's move on to part 9. So whatever the coding videos are there, the first Apex program, and these all are available in the YouTube channel. So let me paste it in the chat. So these are you can go through the YouTube channel. And registration and course control course. So we have it. This is the number for the GPay. So we will be sending the, just WhatsApp this number if you have any questions regarding the training.
Madam, I have one doubt. Can I?
Yes.
So basically, is this training is only job oriented, or we can work basis this into the company? Because like if I want to go for the integration, my project is live and I need to work on it. So my purpose of joining this course is I immediately want to work on the integration with good understanding. Will
Yeah.
that be will this be the approach for the course?
Yeah, you can like this session, what are the integration is there. So we will teach the integration part. So definitely you can work on that.
Okay.
Ma'am, regarding entire completion of the course, generally it takes like how much of time, you know, or else like consulting admin and development simultaneously will be starting, or once after the one course, ma'am?
I'll be doing the parallelly admin and development. So both
Okay.
running parallelly.
Okay. So regarding all these queries, can we talk to that number, madam, which you have posted?
Yes, you can discuss with the team. And also I'm posting here, please fill the form. So by clicking on this form, it will open this Salesforce project oriented training. So you can fill this and what is the course you are looking for it and give all the mandatory information and what is the time that you are looking for it. So just specify the time. If you are comfortable, you can specify the time here. This is the IST time zone. And what are the course you are interested in? Just submit this so that our team will contact you based on the form. DevOps, right now I'm not covering it. DevOps, I'll take it later. So probably next session onwards, next course onwards, we will be starting the DevOps. So next batch will have a DevOps.
Ma'am, what about CPQ?
Sorry?
CPQ, configure type.
CPQ right now we are not explaining it. That is the later.
And what about marketing cloud, like marketing